What's up, fight fans? Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. What up to the fam? And what up to everyone in Mainman's boxing form. Salute, salute. Hey, look, man. So the thing is this. So, word on the curb. It looks as if that Gervonta Tank Davis is now being accused once again of another DV situation involving another young lady, man. And it looks as if that this young lady has now filed a civil lawsuit against Gervonta Davis seeking unspecified damages, at least according to the article I'm reading. She's seeking pretty much some money in return for all that Gervonta Davis has put her through. Damn. And as I'm reading here from TMZ, fight fans, the plaintiff, Courtney Russell, claimed that she and Davis had a private, intimate relationship over the last 5 months. But she said that it was anything but a smooth ride with the pugilist. Damn. So this is some, like I said, another chick. The one that we dealt with not long ago was his child's mother. So this time, I guess now it's some sideline chick accusing Tank of a DV situation. According to the lawsuit, he beat her up, threatened her on several different occasions. September the 23rd, she alleged that he accused her of cheating and wrote in her messages that I will unalive you. Whatever, man, whatever. According to the suit, things got worse on Monday when Davis allegedly attacked her while she was working as a VIP cocktail waitress at the famed Tootsie's. Russell alleged that around 4:15 a.m., Davis found her in a VIP lounge, forcibly grabbed and dragged her through a stairway, through the kitchen, and through the back entrance all the way into the parking garage. There, she said he continuously grabbed, choked, pushed, pulled, and struck her in the back of the head, leaving her terrified and alone and embarrassed for her co-workers and employers. Employer. She wrote in her suit that Davis later texted her that I'm on my way to your house, a message that she interpreted as Davis was headed to her house to furtherly abuse her. Davis has continuously to verbally, physically, and psychologically abuse Russell, the lawsuit states, causing her to seek medical treatment, therapy, and assistance with daily living. Damn. As she remains in constant fear of her life, end quote. Now, that last part, she remains in constant fear of her life, and she had to go through all of these things, medical treatment, therapy, assistance with daily living. Then why in the world is she filing a civil suit? Why isn't she filing criminal charges? I don't understand. Someone that's in fear of their life, you would think that the first thing that they will do is try to put them behind bars. You know what I'm saying? But instead, it seems like she's seeking, at least according to this article, once again, unspecified damages. So what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Constant fear of your life? That just don't add up to me. You know what I mean? The first thing you go after is money when you're in fear of your life and you need assistance with daily living. That's a little odd, fight fans. That's a little odd. So we know this is all going to clash, of course, with Gervonta Davis' upcoming fight, or whatever you want to call it, with Jake Paul. And so Jake Paul and his promotional company, MVP Promotions, are the lead promoters for this said event. And so they have now issued a statement pertaining to how they feeling about this. And according to the MVP statement, at this time, and I quote, at this time, we are gathering information and reviewing the details to ensure any decision we make is thoroughly vetted. We unequivocally condemn any form of violence and are committed to handling this matter with diligence and respect for all involved. Goes on, and that's the end quote. That's pretty much. They had one more line. We will make a determination on the next steps once we have completed our review and consulted with the appropriate parties. Until then, we will not be commenting further, end quote. And that is MVP Promotions, the lead promoter of the Tank versus Jake Paul situation. There are also reports surfacing all over the place that ticket-wise, the Tank and Jake Paul fight wasn't doing so well, in which you got reports saying that these tickets were basically cut in half in a lot of cases. Tickets have been dropped, even, floor side tickets, nosebleed tickets, all tickets, pretty much for the most part. Prices have been cut, and that's normally not a good sign of the event pretty much selling out or doing what they wanted to do far as selling wise, you know what I'm saying? According to the venue that they're going to be in, which is in Florida, and this is a change of venue, keep in mind. But the venue that they're going to be in Florida hosts 20,000 seats. And it said that they sold the 20,000, but barely got there. You know what I mean? So you would have thought for a circus of this magnitude that it would have been selling off the charts. And I don't know if the tickets being sliced in half and things like that, is that going to be an indication that the pay-per-view ain't going to do so well? We just don't know. And then also, we're at a point now where we got reports now surfacing that Jake Paul and MVP Promotions may be looking in the direction of possibly Ryan Garcia to replace Gervonta Tank Davis. There's reports all over the place about that. And according to the reports also, that if Ryan Garcia is not available, because he's going to be possibly fighting in 2026 for a fight that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy may want him in. So if he's not available, then they're just also making contingency plans to look in other places. You know what I mean? Possibly Anthony Joshua and a few other names that are floating around. Or maybe even Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I think Manny Pacquiao should get it. Give it to Manny Pacquiao. I'll be down to see Manny Pacquiao get it if Gervonta can't get it. What's up with Pacquiao versus Jake Paul? Pacquiao deserves the check. That's who needs to get that check. I would be down for Manny Pacquiao and Jake. But then again, that's only if we don't get Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather alleged rematch. You know what I mean? But all in all, man, this is Gervonta Davis, man. Once again, getting caught up in some crap involving a female, man. And it's like, what else can we say at this point? You know what I'm saying? We know what we know about this whole history between him and women. We seen the things that we seen publicly. We know that this issue just constantly keep coming around over and over and over again. I'm sure a lot of boxing fans or just fans in general just look at this and say to themselves, Tank, why don't you do this? Or Tank, why don't you do that? I've made umpteen videos about Tank should move this way or Tank should move that way. And at this point, I don't know. I guess I'm just spinning myself dizzy. Only thing I can say about this, I hope that, in a lot of cases where we've seen in the past, also Gervonta Davis has defended himself and showed the other side of things, and things was not as the woman has said. You know what I'm saying? When he defended himself against his child's mother, we seen it was two sides to that story. So maybe Gervonta Davis also has another side to this story to kind of, defend himself publicly. Or maybe this is just another situation that PBC just going to have to make go away somehow, some way. Remember in the last case with his child's mother, the witnesses all of a sudden didn't see anything. You know what I'm saying? People didn't want to show up to court. So maybe things like that can happen here. We'll see how it all plays out. Clearly, the girl is signaling that she wants some money. I mean, my thing is how much proof that she has. I mean, for her to be accusing Gervonta Davis to be in a club called Tootsie's, grabbing her and dragging her through the kitchen and dragging her through the parking garage. I mean, I would think that cameras would be all over the place. I mean, even the smallest of clubs got cameras in their parking garage and stuff like that. So if she ain't got no, you would think getting proof would be an easy thing to produce here if he did all that she claimed that she's done. Now, if there is no proof to show this after this type of claim, then, this proves to be a bad character, you know what I'm saying, and proving she got, flaws in her character, and she could be a possible liar. So we're just gonna wait and see, man. But all in all, man, just bad news for Gervonta Davis. We know he was looking forward to making the money in the Jake Paul situation, though a lot of boxing fans are not really supporting it like that, at least financially for Gervonta Davis. Clearly, that's the reason he was supposedly doing it. I mean, I'm sure he was looking forward to that money. So it's really messed up if he loses this moment, and it's turning out to be a not so good year for Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, their fight was scheduled to go down in, I think, November or whatnot. So this is awful close at the end of November. So this is awful close, man. So if Gervonta Davis loses this fight and the reports stick of Jake Paul looking for a new opponent or possibly a Ryan Garcia, and why does it got to be Ryan? Ryan ass don't deserve no fight like this. Ryan ass need to get himself a title. You know what I'm saying? Get an actual world title in boxing. Do something in the actual sport to earn it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say Manny Pacquiao deserves it. But we'll see what happens with it, with Jake. Jake, if you want to do something, fight a fighter from your weight class, I go for a real live championship in your weight class that you fighting in. You know what I mean? If you're a cruiserweight, then go down cruiserweight road. If you're a heavyweight, then actually fight heavyweights. Anthony Joshua is not a bad fight. If you can get in there and actually hold your own in that fight, it will actually speak volumes amongst boxing fans. And who knows, Maybe even if you give a really good effort, even if you lose, you may win a ton of respect amongst boxing fans, and that may exactly make you a winner, because the one thing that Jake is definitely missing, yeah, he got casual fans and his people that watch him, but he definitely don't got the hearts and minds of real live boxing fans. And a good showing against an Anthony Joshua, well, that would mean something, you know what I'm saying? But if you're going to give some money away and you need somebody that's going to back you, that's going to bring some numbers, I think Manny Pacquiao is the way to go. Thumbs up on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, share, rock the bells. I just wish the best for Gervonta Davis. And, if he misses this opportunity, come on back to boxing, bro. Still a ton of money in the sport waiting for you and a ton of fights that we all want to see. To the next video, man. Peace out.